Hopefully that answered the question, who pays the real estate agents in a real estate transaction? And we look forward to talking to you in our next real estate video. I gotta do mobile homes. I'm done. Mobile homes is gonna be a tough one, so you might wanna stop it. I'm Tiffany Weber, real estate attorney at Thomas & Weber in Mooresville, North Carolina. We put out lots of videos just like this one, educating you about all things real estate law, all things real property, so make sure you subscribe if you want to know when our next video comes out. If you're familiar with the Lake Norman area, you're probably used to seeing the fancy homes on the water, and you're wondering, why are mobile homes such a hot topic at a real estate law firm in Lake Norman, North Carolina? Well, a lot of these lakefront properties, that's exactly how people started investing in the lake. They got their lakefront lot, they put their mobile home there, and it's been in the family for 50 years, and now the family's ready to sell it. So we see a lot of issues come up with mobile home titles, and I will say, before we get started, the first thing that you should do if you're about to list a mobile home is find the VIN number. Go find it right now. And you will hear our staff say this all the time. I probably hear this on the phone once a week. You can find the VIN number near the hot water heater or in the kitchen cabinets if you don't have any documentation showing you the VIN number. So go find it. Find it right now. Another thing that you might not know if you're about to list a mobile home as part of your real property sale is that it might be a good idea to go ahead and speak to a real estate attorney before you ever put the property on the market to figure out if there are any title issues, because those title issues can be costly, not just money, but in time. And when you're under contract to sell a home, there are specific time requirements, and you got to be able to provide clear title. So if you can get all of those issues resolved before your property ever hits the market, you are going to have a much easier time throughout the selling process. You're going to have a happier buyer, easier negotiations, hopefully, and you'll get to closing on time. Back to the VIN number. Why do we need the VIN number right away? As soon as we get a contract that has a mobile home involved, you are going to hear from our staff asking you for the VIN number. And that's because it allows us to find out if there are any liens on the property, to check on the status of the title. And the status of the title is so critical to this process, because if the title has not been canceled to real estate, your prospective buyer will not be able to close on a loan until that process has been done. And there can be times where you can't find the title. And if you can't find the title, then there's a whole other separate process where you have to apply for a duplicate title. And there's a 15-day hold once that form is submitted. That's usually something that law firms can help you with. If it's a contested transaction, the seller's going to have to get their own attorney. But that process is not quick. Generally speaking, in North Carolina, it'll be about 4 to 6 weeks. But at the time I'm recording this, during issues with the coronavirus and people working from home, we're seeing 3 to 6 months as a general time frame, even to get a duplicate title back. So you first have to get a title to be able to cancel it to real estate, so that it will become part of the real property. A question that we get a lot is, okay, well, we can't find the title, but we did this a long time ago. The property has already been canceled to real estate. That mobile home is no longer with the DMV, so it's done. But what those people are referring to is a form or an instrument filed with the Register of Deeds called a declaration of intent to affix the property to real estate. Just because that instrument has been filed does not mean that the property was actually affixed to real estate. If the DMV wasn't involved in canceling the title, it hasn't been canceled. So you can count on that every time. This is such a tough topic because there's so much that goes into it. Now, if you've inherited a mobile home that you're going to sell, whether you're the sole beneficiary or there are others involved, we've done other videos on closing estate transactions where there's a will involved or maybe there's not a will involved. All of those same rules apply to mobile homes too. So take what is already a complicated situation and you complicate it further by following all of the laws when it comes to probate. So I know I've mostly been talking to sellers about the things you can do to avoid issues, but buyers, this is really important for you too, because I don't want you to be surprised if you go under contract for a mobile home and there may be a title issue because the title is lost. So these are all things that you can know, arm yourself with the knowledge going into a transaction where you may be interested in buying a mobile home or investing in a mobile home. These are things you can ask up front. That way you can gauge how long will the process take. Do we think that we're going to get there on time? You might have some certain time constraints you have to meet. So these are things that you can use as part of the negotiation process or to ask your realtor so that you can get to a point where you close on time, hopefully, and smoothly. If you didn't hear anything else in this video, remember these two things. Number one, go find the VIN number. Number two, if you have the opportunity, talk to someone before you list the property to determine whether you have all of your title paperwork in order so that you can get to closing on time. I hope that information was helpful to you. So if you have any questions about that, of course, you can always reach out to Thomas & Weber. We're real estate lawyers in Mooresville, North Carolina. We love to work with folks on solving issues like this. And I'm Tiffany Weber. I'll see you in the next video.